So this week I start my first real life job, and as you can tell by my voice, I'm very ill at the moment. It's getting worse and worse. So we may have a few videos out this week. This could be the only one. We'll see how we go, but it's not looking good, is it, for me? Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you, Real Madrid and Malaga coming up in the Spanish First Division. The first game's after the winter break, which has been alright actually, I've got to say. We've been doing pretty well before the winter break, over the winter break. We got a few little things done, so I think we're looking in pretty good shape for the second half of the season. As you can tell though, my voice isn't that great. I thought it was because I've been away seeing some friends over the past few days, which is why I've been very quiet over on social media and stuff like that. I thought it just came from too much drinking, but it's not. I think I actually am ill. It's not great. If anyone's got any quick remedies for throats and colds and flu, that kind of thing, please do comment down below because it's not great. Either way, since you're last here, let's have a quick look to see what has happened. Right, last episode then, we played Monaco, lost that game. Wasn't particularly good. Played the Inter Milan and Cordoba game as well. Means we're out of the Champions League, but we did get into the Europa League by finishing third in our group. And the draw happened just a few days ago, actually. And we're playing Ajax in the Euro Cup first knockout round, which is a bit of a tough draw, I've got to say. Ajax also knocked out of the Champions League, coming third in their group. But I think we can overcome a team like Ajax. So I think we could do pretty well in the Europa League. Going on to the league games, though, after the last episode, we played Vigo. We were 3-1 down in that game before we suddenly turned it around after making a few substitutes to win it 5-3. So that was a really, really, really good turnaround and a really, really good result for us. The game afterwards, a 3-0 win away to Seville. Just complete domination that game. It was really, really good. We then played Mallorca in the second leg of the Spanish Cup fourth round. Won that. We won the first leg 2-0. We won the second leg 2-0. So we're safely through to play Valencia, who we don't have a good history with in the Cup. If you remember the Valencia debacle last season, it brings back bad memories, that. The final game before the winter break was a draw against Real Betis, actually. Now, we were slightly on top in that game, but we really just couldn't do anything with the ball. We had to rely on David Garcia own goal to make sure we salvaged a point from that game. So it wasn't fantastic, that game. That was a bit of a letdown, but the other games we played were pretty good. We had a friendly as well, which I didn't play. Apparently won that 4-1, so that's quite good as well. What that means for the league table, then, is that we sit fourth right now on 34 points, playing 16 games. Real San Sebastian also on 34 points, but played one game more than us. Real Madrid, who we play today, if we beat them, we'll go ahead of them by a point. And then Valencia, a team sitting on top of the table, actually, on 38 points from 17 games. So they're looking all right, actually. Barcelona are down by 4 points. Villarreal down there. Atletico Madrid having a poor season as well. So apart from Real Madrid, really, the big three are having a bad season, I've got to say. And it's Valencia and Real San Sebastian and us that have got a better chance this season at the moment. I think that Real San Sebastian and Valencia will run out of steam. So I think there's a fantastic chance this season for us to actually win the title. Quick little bit of transfer news for you. Maximilian Verber has left the club to Torino, £775,000, rising to 1.2 million with future add-ons. He's making way because he's not going to get game time, of course. I think it's tomorrow, I think it is. Tomorrow Babic joins us. We spoke about him a few episodes ago when we did sign him from Vojvodina for a very, very cheap price, which is quite nice. But in the meantime, we've got to play Real Madrid first. We're going to go for the usual formation. I think we may as well go for it. We've done pretty well so far this season. Real Madrid have been a little bit iffy on the odd occasion, especially in recent form, I think. So, Burke in goal, Cucurella, Sanchez, Romero and Diouf as that back line. The midfield of Thomas Partey, Dad and Colono. Adzic on the left, and we've got Pelaez on the right today. Mainly because Orsolini is injured, but Orsolini's recent form has been atrocious. And Pelaez has actually played very well recently. The past two games he's played, the friendly wouldn't play very well apparently. And Real Betis game, no one played particularly well. But other games when he has played, a 9 rating there, 7.8 there, 9.6 there, 8.1 there. Like when he does play, he seems to play very, very well. And now I think that Orsolini is out for a couple of weeks. I do think Pelaez could cement himself to be our first choice right winger. Osmanovic starts up front as well, of course. Hopefully can we get Chris Bannister in the squad now? Have I just clicked yes? No, I haven't. Chris Bannister, can we get him registered into the team now? Or we've got to wait till tomorrow. We have to wait till tomorrow, I think. Wait till tomorrow to register him when the transfer window actually opens. And then we can finally get Chris Bannister in the side. Right then, kickoff is upon us here. We're at home today against Real Madrid, which is another reason why I've gone for this slightly more attacking formation. I think the home advantage may help us out a little bit. A win against Real Madrid would be huge. I feel like Have we played them or not yet? I don't think we've played them yet this season. I think it's Atletico Madrid we drew with. We haven't played Real Madrid yet. We drew with Barcelona as well, and now Osmanovic is through. Donnarumma makes a decent save there, but nice to get a early break on the opponents there. That was quite good. I don't really want to talk too much because my throat hurts, but I get too carried away in these videos, and I just have to say things. Real Madrid then trying to build from the back. Isco now on the ball, their playmaker, up towards Bobby Firmino, who can put the cross in, and it's the youth's own goal there. That's poor, isn't it, really? That is poor. Oh well, we have to fight back from that now. We have to try and deal with the circumstances as Pogba now on the ball. He could go to Real Madrid in real life, I reckon. I mean, he's not doing particularly well at United right now. A lot of people want him to leave, and I reckon Real Madrid could be a team that go for him in real life. Donnarumma with a free kick, probably from an offside, I think, probably there, as they try and come forward again. Playing it through the middle out towards the right-hand side now. Isco, Dad makes a decent tackle on Firmino there, and Colono can get it up towards Osmanovic. Osmanovic out towards Pelaez, who's in behind their defence now, but there's no one waiting in the middle, though. I say that, Adzic was there, running into the back post, get on the back of it, with two wingers combined, it is in the back of a net, and I've just had a very big coughing fit then. That was disgusting. Well, I think you've got to say from the stats so far, we have been the better team out here today. We have been the better team. Isco's free kick, though, cleared by Colono, I think it was, and it's gone to Adzic in the end. He plays out towards players, up towards Osmanovic, but it was a bit of a dodgy ball, and now Bob Locken into Bobby Firmino. Luckily, his shot was awful, and he must be in his 30s now, Firmino. He can't be that good anymore. He's 32 years old. His stats aren't actually that incredible, I've got to say, these attributes. Like, I do think Osmanovic is better than that. All right, then. I'm going to say that's a decent first half, that is. We've got more shots on target. Possession is more even than it usually is as well. So I'm happy with that first half. Assertively, then. I'm happy with the performance. Keep it up out there. Hopefully that doesn't deter them or make them a bit more complacent. I wanted to encourage them. I wanted to make them push on, but could have the opposite effect. Corner for us, though. Colono puts the corner in onto the head of one of their defenders, and it's clear, but only as far as Thomas Partey, who gets it out towards Adzic, who plays it back to Partey, who plays it back to Adzic, who's got space to put his cross in. Pelaez. At the far post. His heading is... It keeps telling me to put him on heading training, and I don't do it because I don't bother with training in this game. I'm going to do it in the next game. Obviously, the FM19 features were sort of revealed, and a whole new training setup has basically been done. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll do a lot of stuff with that in the beta, I reckon. We'll experiment with that when we do with Dortmund, of course. If you haven't seen the video where I explain it all, we're doing Dortmund in the beta. And we'll probably do a lot of training and stuff in that, I think, to try and experiment with it, see how it works, see what works, what doesn't work, see if we can get a big advantage from it, sort of thing. Back in FM18, though, things are still looking pretty good for us. We really are starting to dominate these stats now. We're looking very strong out there. And I'm very reluctant to change things, because I feel like if we change things, it may all just... Well, even if we don't change things, it may all go downhill. It's Real Madrid we're playing. And they can create a goal out of anything, like they just have then. Not a huge fan of that. That's annoyed me, that has, especially because I know that we are the better side out here today. We are going to make some changes then. And what we're going to do, can Partey play the playmaker? He doesn't really like it. We're going to bring Badeka on then for Colono. And we're going to move Thomas Partey up there. And we're going to bring Harbo on as that attacking midfielder. I think that's the only change we're going to make. But I feel like we just need that little bit more connection in that final third. We are the better side out here, I've got to say. We have been better overall in this game. More chances created. We've had 5 clear-cut chances, apparently. 5. You see that stat there? 5 clear-cut chances. And if we're not burying those, then I think there's a bit of an issue. 5 clear-cut chances, not burying them. You could argue the same thing for... Oh, what a save by Berke Özil that was. Real Madrid had 2 clear-cut chances, but they do have 2 goals. So I suppose you could sort of say they've capitalised on them. And that's the difference, isn't it, between a good team and a great team. Capitalise on those clear-cut chances, capitalise on the chances that they have, and we just haven't done that today. Maybe they will have a chance now as Badeka clears it out towards Pelaez, who has got some pace and some skill on him. Hopefully he can get past his man, puts the ball forward towards Harbo. Not the best ball, I've got to say, although the ball cleared, it isn't very good, and Dad plays it into Luka Adzic, and Donnarumma with an absolutely incredible save from Adzic's first time shot. I just don't think it's going to be our day right now, although... The highlight is coming now. Looks like it's towards the Real Madrid's Ronaldo. He's still going. He's nearly 39 now. I did check a few games ago, actually, because I saw him score a few goals. And I did check, and he's scored another one here today. And that's game over. Real Madrid just sort of toying around with us now. They're just passing the ball around like no one's business. Just keeping it off us as the ball goes forward. Luckily, though, that ball wasn't very good, and Sanchez has a chance to play it back to Berke Erza, who can put it up towards Luka Adzic, down towards Kukra. That was a good header, that was. And now Badeka on the ball, in towards Osmanovic, in towards Harbo. Harbo puts it in the back of the net. Now, is there time to get back in this game? No, there is no time to get back in this game. We lose it 3-2. No highlights after the goal, unfortunately. So, I mean, it's an upsetting loss. Because I've got to say, we were the better team there. I really think we were the better team there. So, to lose to that 3-2 is annoying. Of course, they had an own goal as well that helped them along their way. Although I think it probably would have gone the back of the net if Diouf didn't get a touch in it there. The man behind him would have got the touch in it, I imagine. Unfortunately then, that does leave us down in 4th place, but we're still 3 points clear of Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. And we're only 5 points off Real Madrid. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it could be better. Malaga coming up in a couple of days' time. And Babic joins us tomorrow. So we've got a brand new centre-back to bring into the club. He may start the Malaga. I don't know if he's going to start the Malaga game or not. It sort of depends how good he actually is. If he's loads better than our defenders right now, he'll probably start. But I'd like to sort of ease him into it rather than just rush him into it. And here he is. Sasa Babic has arrived at the club. He's our Christmas present, I suppose, isn't he? It's January, Christmas sort of transfer window. That's a bit of a bad joke, I suppose, isn't it? But he's joined the club. Sasa Babic is here. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, just as the scout reports suggested, which does mean he is the best centre-back at the club right now, which is pretty good. Romero's dropped down to a 2.5-star right now, and that's not fantastic, I've got to say. He's right-footed, so he'll sort of play on the right-hand side. Sanchez will play on the left, I think. I'm happy with this. This is good stuff. 17 tackling is very good. He could do better at heading. We'll train him on heading and things like that, but he's got some very good physicals, although jumping reach, again, not kind of the best, which kind of shows why his heading is so bad. But I think he's going to be a great player for us, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs in the next season or so. So we can register him to the squad, and I think we can do Chris Bannister as well, finally now. Chris Bannister is going to be registered to the club, which is fantastic. If you don't know about Chris Bannister, he's a guy that we got on loan in January, but it then turned out that because he's English, they're outside the EU now, he counts as a foreign player, and we already had 3 foreign players, but then we couldn't terminate his loan, which is really frustrating, so we couldn't get rid of him. So we put him in the B team. And in the B team, he scored 26 from 16 appearances in the league, which, I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? 30 and 18 overall in all competitions. So he's firing on all cylinders, at least 3 divisions below us. So hopefully, if he does that in the first division, we're title winners, surely. He's currently, though, got a sprained knee ligament, so he's out for the next 3 weeks. So don't expect to see him in this episode, but probably see him next episode. Oh, we've already got the classic, just everyone wants my players on loan. I'll sort it out later. I just can't be bothered to ever do it, so we'll sort it out later. Right then, I don't really want to change anything actually for this Malaga game. We are going to bring Babic on for Romero though. How good is Sanchez, by the way? He's only 2.5-star now as well. Okay, well that's worrying. We'll have to get some better defenders in soonish. Babic as well is. He wants to be on cover. He wants to be quite far. Okay, we'll leave Babic on cover then. That's fine. Other than that, I reckon we just leave the team exact same. They look pretty fit still. It all looks pretty good. I think Babic needs to come in, really. Wow, perfect. He wants number 5. Of course, Verba was on number 5 beforehand, so perfectly. They just swap him with numbers there. Babic takes the vacant number 5 spot, and he's going to be our first choice at centre-back, I think, for the foreseeable future. I mean, obviously, he's a whole star better than the rest of our defenders, apparently. So we need to sort that out either this window or next. In fact, probably this window, to be fair. We should probably get looking for them. Right, after losing last game then to Real Madrid, we do need to win this game against Malaga today. Diouf puts it in towards Pelaez, who puts it into Adzic at the far part of the box, far post. I mean, I can't really think straight today, but we have scored a goal there. That was probably the most lacklustre celebrating a goal you've ever seen me do. I'm blaming it on being ill. I'm just a bit slow, and it's early in the morning as well. I've got to practice getting up early in the morning for work and things like that, which is what I've done now. The time's just gone 10 o'clock. That's great news. That's great. Oh dear. Another throw-in for us then, to Colono this time, although he does get tackled straight away. Although there's pressure right there on the defenders there as Diouf wins the header after their ball was cleared. But again, they managed to retain possession as we couldn't quite retain it. Although Dad with a fantastic tackle there, and now players on the ball in towards Dad once again. He won possession back for us. He gets himself tackled now, and Batshuayi has been put forward. The tackle is missed there, and he just hits the post. Batshuayi, that was a fantastic little run from him, dancing past Sanchez there, who we should probably look to replace sooner rather than later. We'll try and get another defender in this transfer window. I think it's probably needed. Throw in for Malaga this time, though. Thomas Partey makes the interception from the throw in, and now Osmanovic has got a chance to show what he's all about. Gets tackled at the last second. I think if he just got past that man. Oh, to be fair, he doesn't need to, does he? The back pass to the keeper was poor. The keeper somehow miscontrolled it, and Osmanovic was just there to run on to the end of it and put it in the back of the net. 2-0. Pretty good going, I've got to say. Keeps the pace up with Real San Sebastian, who won their game earlier on. Keeps us close to Valencia and Real Madrid, although they do have games to play themselves still. They've not kicked off yet, as Dad on the edge of the area loses possession. Cucurella now on the ball. Again, that's not the best of crosses, but Sanchez back towards Cucurella. Cucurella can put it forward towards Adzic, who we know can put a decent cross in towards Osmanovic. Colono. Oh, players couldn't quite get there. We've just been unlucky there, I've got to say, to not score a third goal. Cool. Well, I'm happy with that first half. That was pretty good going, I've got to say. We'll go passionately. Very happy with the way you've played. Keep it up out there. Hopefully that will encourage them into the second half. We can see the game out and take the 3 points home to Oviedo with us. We will make a few changes after this highlight. We do have the cup game against Valencia coming up, and I do want to win that. I want to try and, I want to get revenge over Valencia. That's the main thing for the cup. And we do need to win something this season, because we did promise Osmanovic. We did something last season. He gave us another season after we got to the final and lost the final, of course, in the Valencia debacle. As Malaga have pulled one back in this game. That's their first real attack I've seen in any of the highlights. So we have to be a bit vigilant now going in, but we are going to make some changes to try and rest a few key personnel. Although now that we're only 1 goal in, we'll probably leave Adzic on the pitch. We'll bring Harbo on in CDM, and we'll bring Bedecker on for Dad. And we may bring Vazquez on for a defender later on as well. But we'll leave it just for now at the 2 midfielders. Throw in for Malaga out towards his man just next to him as Munayer puts it across. Players can't quite get there to make the interception. And now Malaga coming forward down the right-hand side once again. Kiko back to Munayer in towards their striker, who just puts it wide of the post. Harbo on the ball on the edge of the area now. Players now with a chance to whip something. He's really good with the crosses, and it's gone all the way through to Adzic at the back post there. I think he's actually gone out for an offside actually there, but Adzic should have done better with that chance he had at the back post. Now, I'll tell you what, we're going to take Cucurella off the pitch now for the final 10 minutes or so. I feel like he needs a rest, and Jonathan Cano could do with a few minutes of game time as well. So we're going to bring him on as the youngster. Hopefully, though, as we go into the final few minutes of the game, Burke can make a good save from their corner. We should have done enough, I think, to pick up all 3 points here, which is fantastic. So it keeps up the pressure, of course, as I was saying earlier on, the teams above us, so that's good to see. Adzic puts the ball in towards players at the far post, doesn't quite get it, but with only 10 seconds or so left on the clock, I don't think they've got enough time to get the ball up the pitch to score another goal, and they can't. We've won the game 2-1, so it's good to win that one after losing the game against Real Madrid. 2-1 win there, which is very, very nice. Luka Adzic, player of the match. He shines, apparently, as we win on an 8.5 rating in that game. Luka Adzic is perhaps the best left winger I think we've used in Football Manager 2018. Like, consistently just really, really, really good, as you can see from these kind of stats that he's been getting. Just fantastic. I think he's the best left winger I've had for a long, long, long time. I'm trying to think who we had in Lincoln Loco on the left wing. I can't remember. We had Lakasic on the right. He was always the star sort of regen coming through on the right-hand side. Although he didn't play all that much. I can't remember who we had on the left. We must have had someone really good on the left, to be fair. We would have had really good wingers, because I'm always a sucker for like really good wingers. But I just can't. Luka Adzic is incredible. So if you get a chance to sign him in your saves, get him. Right, then next episode, we're going to go straight for the Ajax game, Atletico Madrid game and Ajax. It's going to be a 3-game special in that one. Fingers crossed we can overcome Ajax. I think we should be able to. Atletico Madrid also is going to be a bit of a tricky one, but I think it's going to be a pivotal episode, that one. Right then, well, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time for some more Real Deal.